Your Excellency, how can we sell our airports? What is it? How can we take 14 airstrips and give them to an Indian company? Nobody knows the agreement and what has been signed. We have 5,000 employees with the Kenya Airports Authority and nobody knows where these people are going to go. It's not okay.
The airport, let's be honest, Kenyans, let's be honest. Yani the airport we have in Nairobi is made of canvas. Inajengwa na hema. We need to work with investors to give us a new airport in Nairobi. I have seen many people saying William Ruto wants to sell the airport. Am I a madman? No, sure. How do you sell a strategic national asset? You have to be insane.
Airport yetu ya Jomo Kenyatta iko ilepeano kwa mwili mwingine anaitwa Adani. Tumesikia ni airport, kumbe hata kwa sekta ya kawi sasa anaingia kwa sekta ya energy. And what we are seeing in Kenya today, the Adani group was rejected kule Australia. Upande wa Sri Lanka walifukuzwa huko. Upande wa Bangladesh umekuwa na maandamano hadi serikali ikaangushwa tukiwa na hii Adani group. Na hiyo sasa ndio imeletwa Kenya, inapewa airports zetu. Tunataka tuseme no to the dubious Adani deal.
The plan to lease the nation's most important aviation asset for at least 3 decades to Adani Airport's holding of India flew into the headwinds after a whistleblower lifted the secretly tied lid on the deal in July this year. The deal, which would grant Adani control of the airport for 30 good years, sparked widespread public outrage over its secrecy and potential consequences. Since then, a national conflict has been simmering over what is believed to be an improper transaction involving the management of the country's largest asset, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
Prepare for a strike action. Today. The mother of all strikes. Yes. Yes. Na musikanyega kwa hiyo kitu ya mkutano ya ukora. Nafanya nini? We wanted genuine, respectful, honest dialogue. That is not what we are getting. Instead, they are pushing through a sham public participation exercise. And I call it sham because in the absence of documentation, for example, proposal Adani, in the absence of that, in the absence of the feasibility study, what is the basis of public participation?
How can we sell our international airport? Yani hivyo tu kiholela. Here, of all the scams this country has known, this one, and Adani sell or take over. Wamefanya maajabu. Hawakufanya hivyo kwa kufanya secret deals. Secret deals. Yani bila kuuzisha umma. Bunge tukimaanisha Senate na National Assembly. Yani unasoma vitu ambavyo ni vya ajabu kabisa.
Airport yetu ya Jomo Kenyatta iko ilepeano kwa mwili mwingine anaitwa Adani. Tumesikia ni airport, kumbe hata kwa sekta ya kawi sasa anaingia kwa sekta ya energy. And what we are seeing in Kenya today, the Adani group was rejected kule Australia. Upande wa Sri Lanka walifukuzwa huko. Upande wa Bangladesh tumekuwa na maandamano hadi serikali ikaangushwa tukiwa na hii Adani group. Na hiyo sasa ndio imeletwa Kenya, inapewa airports zetu. Tunataka tuseme no to the dubious Adani deal.
Opposition to the agreement kept on intensifying, with the airport workers protesting and demanding the deal to be scrapped away. However, the government remained determined to push the deal forward.
When you sell something to a foreigner, yet they are investors in our country, who can help in such modernization, it tells you there is something fishy. The staff are here, they have worked overnight. Some of them are crying, they are going to lose their jobs. Of course, you can't assure us that an investor who is not accepted in another country will come with a good...
Proposing that the laws of our country to be repealed, the concession order, we have the Passenger Service Act. Adani is writing at Parliament, they have to change. Why? What Adani is proposing here, it is what Kenya Airports Authority can do.
Let's be honest, Kenyans. Let's be honest. Yani, the airport we have in Nairobi is made of canvas. Inajengwa na hema. In the middle of tarmac. That is the arrivals. I mean, this is a temporary structure we put up almost, 7 years ago. We don't... Ethiopia have a brand new airport. Rwanda have a brand new airport. And it is the reason why we need to work with investors to give us a new airport in Nairobi. I have seen many people saying, William Ruto wants to sell the airport. Am I a madman? Sure, how do you sell a strategic national asset? You have to be insane.
The government, however, never made informal statement concerning the takeover deal until June 2023, when the then Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen announced that the government will be inviting bids for the construction of a new terminal at the JKIA.
There is good news that we have almost agreed, or rather we have agreed, and we are moving through the last stages of confirming that agreement to my office and eventually to the cabinet, and then we will free the space for investment. We are also in the next couple of weeks, I should give ourselves at most 2 months, should have been able to put in public the expression of interest for investors to come and build a new terminal.
In February 2024, ALG, a global transport and infrastructure consulting firm contracted by the Kenya Airports Authority to advise them on the prospects of putting up a new passenger terminal building at the airport, had submitted their findings. However, their interest to expand the airport hit a dead end. In the month of March 2024, Adani Airports Holdings Limited submitted a privately initiated proposal to the Kenya Airports Authority proposing to develop and expand JKIA through the so-called build, operate and transfer model of public-private partnership. In the month of June, that is 3 months later, the government approved the relevant aviation policies, this time round giving Adani a head start on the planned expansion of the airport. Adani had pledged a 238 billion investment to upgrade and expand the airport, an amount Kenya itself can raise independently without necessarily handing over the control of the key national asset. Now the Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Law Society of Kenya sent letters to JKIA in July and August 2024 seeking details on the opaque contract. Despite rising public demand for transparency, the government continued to withhold information about the deal, which later Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Law Society of Kenya moved to court to stop the deal, arguing that leasing a strategic and a profitable national asset to a private entity is irrational and violates the principles of good governance, accountability, and prudent use of public money. In September 2024, the High Court temporarily suspended the proposed plan to lease the airport to Indian enterprise, and since then the entire deal went silent to pave way for impeachment proceedings of the country's second in command, until last week when the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga came to public to defend the deal, saying that Adani Holdings, an Indian firm, offers the best deal for Kenyans.
The issues are they are. If some people have made mistakes, let them own up that they made some mistakes.
For a while now, the government has kept on insisting that the Adani deal will eventually be beneficial to Kenya. Well, if indeed the deal is meant to benefit the people, then Kenyans have every right to know exactly what is involved in the deal.